What's up, guys? We're here at Codorus State Park. We're playing the red course today. There's also blue and purple here, which we'll probably do later in the channel. Red is a combination of kind of park style, and then the back 10 are more wooded. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so hole 1 here, it's 318. There's this gap a little bit up to the right-hand side, that right-hand backhand, which is what I am. Usually try to hit this gap. There is a left-hand gap if you have a good forehand or you're a lefty, but the typical play is this right gap to the right of this tree in the middle, and put it up there close. All right, not terrible. It hit that middle tree and kicked over here to the left. Probably about 120 out. So just a little forehand upshot. Got about 23 foot putt. A little further than I thought it was. Oh well. This hole is also very uphill, so you have to think of that when you're taking that tee shot. In the summer, it's even worse. All right, 1 over through 1. This is a 309 foot par 3, pretty straight, lower ceiling. Usually I would play something out here to the right backhand, but there's those 2 cars there. I don't want to hit those. So forehand, or if you're a lefty, the shot just straight down the middle. The issue with the backhand is you have to put it high enough, almost over that parking lot, or it'll hit this slope and skip way down left. So forehand's a safer play. I don't think I can get there for a birdie look, but we'll find out. Probably 35 feet. Not a bad shot, almost 300 probably. 35 foot putt here for a birdie. It's really all you can ask for on this hole. Ooh. Hole 3, 237, pretty straight. You do have brush over here to the left and then low ceiling on the right, so for me it's just a forehand, something super overstable, so Captain's Raptor. Put it out there, trust it to fade in. Another birdie putt. Didn't put that one out far enough. All right, 30 foot downhill putt. This is a safer side to be on if you're gonna miss. Being down there on the left side of the basket, it's kind of just jail. So we'll see if we can float this thing down there. Oh well. Another 3. All right, hole 4, 552. It's a par 4. It's kind of straight ahead. You have this tree in the middle. That's about 275 out. You really want to hit to the right of that, especially if you're throwing a backhand, because that backhand's going to skip probably 30 to 50 feet left. So I always try to aim way right of this tree. Let it fade down. If you get stuck high on the hill, that's fine. Big skip. All right, so this is a pretty ideal spot. We're about, say, 40 feet past that center tree. Have about 225 in. You can really go a few different ways. You can either hit the wide backhand line. Again, you have to be careful of it skipping left. Or I like the forehand just around this first tree. Basket's kind of between those 2 trees in the middle. And that'll be a putt. All right, we got another 30 footer for a birdie. You do have to be careful in this green, especially if you're high, because it'll roll down that hill and the lake over here is out of bounds. Nope. Okay. Still 1 over through 4. This is 237 downhill, pretty straight. You have tree short on your right and the tree long on your left. So kind of cuts out the forehand. You can go straight down the middle. When these trees are in the spring or summer, that's kind of tricky. So I always like this high right hand line. Just get it to crashing. Something like that. Nice easy tapping birdie. That wide hyzer line on the right, I really think is the way to go. Just the most consistent. All right, hole 6 here, 210 is what the sign says. It plays way longer. Kind of a tunnel shot straight up the middle. You can push it a little right if you want to. I go up to a fairway, even though it's supposedly 210. It plays way longer. Ooh. Don't do that. All right, this is not where you want to be. See if we can just put a forehand roller up there. Get a look. Flip over. Back in the middle. All right, little jump putt up shot here. Take a 4. That's fine. All right, 22 footer. Bit of a straddle, but that's how we putt anyway. There we go. Well, we got a birdie, then get right back. So we're back to 1 over. Hole 7, really the last of the open holes, 528, par 4. Out of bounds parking lot right, out of bounds parking lot left. I just play a forehand straight down the middle and play it for a 4. I've seen people take this wide right hand hyzer line, and then some people just try to pump it down the middle. If you can really get up to those 2 trees is ideal. I am usually 50 feet back, then just playing up for par. Ooh, that's what you don't want to do. All right, winnow be right, which is what you don't want to do. Same game plan, it's just for a bogey now. So forehand hyzer, wide around this right-hand tree. There we go. Ideally, you want to be down in this area off the tee shot, so you just play a little hyzer left here, and then up shot to the basket, but obviously didn't happen for us today. All right, hyzer worked out around that tree, forehand, so just a little 130 foot up shot. This is ideal for your second shot. Unfortunately, it's our third. That should work. There we go. Another bogey. All right, hole 8, 325, left to right hole. My forehand can't get there, but if you have a longer forehand, it shapes up nicely for that shot. This is the first of the wooded holes, so from basically this hole over to 17, it's all in the woods. First 7's pretty open. You really want to be even or under par off the first 7, and then once you get in the woods, kind of shoot for even-ish. But yeah, see how this goes. Stable up. Over here on the right hand side, not bad in the middle of November, but Definitely spring and summer, you don't want to be over here because it's way thicker. See if we can scramble. That'll work. Hole 9, 321, a little bit downhill. You just want to miss this first little gap here. I like throwing something stable, turning it over a little bit, crashing in at the end. There's some guardian trees down there that you kind of just have to get lucky to miss. Stable up. Well, not stable, but not a great shot. Just never turned over and just never came back. So we're scrambling again. Just need something more stable in that tee shot. Nice little 20-foot tester. Nope. Alright, hole 10. We are 3 over through the front 9. This one's just kind of a throw something straight and hope it gets through everything. 279, par 3. Lots of stuff to miss. Almost missed it. That's fine. I've also seen people take, there's a wide hyzer line over here, and then people just try to backhand something. The roller's opened up a little bit. You're probably still playing for a par though. Kick down here to the right. Not terrible. This is where a lot of people end up if you hit something really anywhere on this hole. It seems like everything just kind of kicks down to the right. 160 feet out. See if we can hit this little gap. Yeah. There we go. There we go. This is a good par hole if you can take a 3 on it. I've only birdied this once out of 50 sometimes. Hole 11, 249. So left to right, baskets down there on the right. For me, just a forehand. Down there, it's a little downhill also. Or you can also throw a backhand turnover. Not really any other lines you can hit other than this one right down the middle. It's going to be a little early. Not bad. This is even a little shorter than I thought. Probably a 50-foot putt. This is another hole that you have to be careful of rollaways on because it slopes down and to the left past that basket. That's fine. All right, hole 12, 264. Kind of a wide open shot. Just don't want to turn anything over to the right. Fading out left is fine. A little short. All right, a little 35-footer through the window for par. Birdie. Hit the pole. Hole 13, 216 downhill. Bunch of trees right here off the tee. There's a little bit of a flex forehand line that I usually try to hit. So we'll see. Something in there. There we go. Real good tee shot down here. Second birdie of the day, and we're back to 2 over, I believe. Hole 14, 207. A little bit uphill and a little bit left to right. So for me, it's just try to get a little bit of a turn on a mid-range and just settle up there by the basket. Turn. Well, no turn. Well, never got any turn on that. 38 to 40 feet for birdie. There's also the option to play the forehand up the hill. You just had to push it pretty straight. Oh. Hole 15, 301. There's this tunnel that's probably 175 feet to the opening of the tunnel. If you want to get there, it's probably a backhand with a little bit of turnover. That shot's just not consistent for me, so I like to play forehand, just get out of the tunnel. Upshot, the green is sloped right to left, so you can get some rollaways on that upshot, but upshot and then tap in. Ooh, 2 turned. Spent about 20 minutes looking for this. See if we can scramble out of this woods. That'll work. There we go. Decent par save. All right, hole 16, 324. Getting straight ahead, but a bunch of trees between here and the basket. There's a real skinny backhand line over here on the right. There's kind of a flex forehand straight down the middle with this one tree in the middle. And then I like taking the wide forehand line, just pushing it and then getting it to crash over towards the end. Get around it. There we go. See if we can make an 18-footer for birdie. This is a good par hole. Hole 17, 270, just tunnel shot all the way down here. If you throw a mid and bail out left, it's usually fine. You just don't want to be down there on the right because you're not probably getting up and down for a par. That's fine. Down here about 200 feet. This is kind of the bailout zone left. Just a little 70-foot jump putt. Yep. Tap in for par. This is another good par hole. You can get in a lot of trouble quick. All right, made it to hole 18, 555, par 4. Again, it's pretty straight, but everything's kind of sloping right to left from this tee shot. And that's a little tricky getting through a line of trees on the way there, which you'll see on the upshot. But tee shot, really just get it out there 300, 325, and you have 250 in. That's fine. Hit that last tree over here and kick down to the left-hand side of the fairway. So ideally, if you're up here in the middle, there's either the forehand line here on the left or there's a backhand line over to the right, like 250, 275. We're probably still 325 in, so I'm just going to try to hit this forehand line to the left and get down there for an easy chip up and par. That'll work. In here's about 325 off the tee. So you either have this backhand line over here on the right or the forehand over here on the left. Still a tricky shot in, but a little shorter and manageable than if you hit early. As you can see, the basket's kind of downhill a little bit, so there's this little ridge. So probably from about 200 feet in the fairway, you can't really see the basket, but downhill, just a nice easy up shot. Rollaways can happen quick if you're not careful on this green. Yep, that's fine. And that's Codorus State Park red course. Nice little course, good combination of open park style and some tighter wooded holes. Really the thing is just don't get in trouble when you're in those 10 holes back in the woods. I think finished 3 over, which is 905 rated, somewhere around there, according to the last tournament that they had here last spring. So that'll do it for today, and we'll see you in the next one.